Hi everybody, it's Scary Whispers here. What I'm going to read for you today are 3 true creepy encounters. I just wanted to remind you to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and comment what subject you would like me to read about next. Enjoy. I'm no writer, but it's 5 a.m. and it feels like a good time to get this one off my chest. A while back, I went on vacation to California. I was taking 2-3 Ubers per day and usually made friendly small talk with the drivers. One driver picked me up and by chance I'd asked him to take me to the In-N-Out a couple blocks from my hotel instead of the hotel itself. I was traveling alone. He asked me what I was doing in California. I told him I was on vacation. He asked who I came with. This made me instantly feel on edge. Like I should say, my partner. It felt like he was trying to gauge if I was traveling alone. I said family. He asked me where I was staying. I pretended that I didn't hear him. He asked again, and I said, a hotel. He asked if it was near where he was dropping me. I said kinda. He asked how long I would be in town. Oh, vacation length, not too long. I had no problems telling my drivers I was from out of town, but I hated the questions he was asking. They felt off. He wanted too much detail for small talk. He started texting while driving. I was looking over his shoulder. The text was not in English. I couldn't tell what language it was, but I could see my pickup location typed out. After he dropped me off, I watched his car. He pulled around to the back of the parking lot and sat there. Didn't leave the car. I stayed at the In-N-Out for almost an hour. I considered calling another Uber and asked some random women if they had a car and could drive me. Eventually I walked a couple of blocks to my hotel. I pretended to talk on the phone the entire time. Maybe I was overreacting. The reason I walked back was because I convinced myself I was being judgmental, and maybe he was just being friendly. No interest in sticking around an hour after dropping me off, or texting my location. This happened to me when I was about 10 years old. But even now, as an adult, in my 30s, I remember it like it was yesterday. My parents had taken my sister and I out to a movie, and then to get ice cream in celebration of my older sister getting straight A's on her report card. I remember my dad had gotten off work later than usual. So by the time the movie was over and we had our ice cream, it was well past our bedtime. It didn't matter though. My parents were happy and proud of my sister. We had a great time and we took our time getting home. If it wasn't for what happened when we got there, I would have always looked back fondly on this night. We got home around 10:30. Bedtime was usually 10, so I went straight to my room to put my pajamas on while my sister went to brush her teeth. I remember thinking that it seemed a little more chilly in the house that night, but that's the only thing out of the ordinary I can recall from when we first walked in. I barely had a chance to change when I heard my dad yell our names from what I thought was the kitchen. I didn't know what was wrong, but I knew it was bad because I heard fear in his voice for the first time. It scared me really bad. I bolted out the door and into the kitchen as fast as I could. My sister was already there, and her and my parents were standing really close. My mom looked like she was on the verge of panic, and she motioned for me to come close. She wrapped her arms around my sister, and my dad was already dialing on the house phone. Then I noticed some glass on the floor. I asked what was wrong, but she didn't want to tell me. She said we needed to go outside right away. As we headed out the front door, I heard my dad talking to a 911 operator and telling them that when we got home he found our backsliding glass door shattered and objects strewn about the kitchen. We went to the neighbor's house and waited for the police to come. After a few minutes, my dad joined us. He seemed to be well shaken up, which was a new sight to me. The police arrived and searched the house extensively. It was a big scene with all our neighbors outside and flashing lights illuminating our entire street for hours. They never found anybody in our house. Whoever had been there had come and gone. The thing that gets to me is that nothing was stolen. Whoever it was didn't want any of our possessions. What they did was take our canned food out of the pantry and stack them into small pyramids on our kitchen counter. They also turned on the TV in the basement and moved a few random objects to different parts of the house. Very creepy. It was like an insane person had been in our home and did things for reasons that only made sense to him. As the police were finishing up and ready to leave, I heard one of them ask my mom a question. They talked quietly, and I'm sure they thought I didn't hear. I pretended not to be listening, but I heard everything. You see, we kept magnetized letters on our fridge. I think I had gotten them for a birthday present a few years before, and we used them to leave each other messages for fun sometimes. The cop was asking my mom if the message on there that night was done by any of us. It wasn't. I watched my mom turn pale when he told her what it said. It still makes my skin crawl to this very day. It said, "Always watching." The police didn't find any fingerprints. They said the intruder have been wearing gloves. For the next few days, the entire family was extremely uneasy. I was absolutely positive the intruder was still in the house somehow, that there was a hidden place nobody knew about where he could hide and listen to us. I never shook the feeling that somebody was there. Within a few months, we decided to move. It was all just too scary for us to stay in that area. We moved to a house several miles away. We were never bothered again, but I do still think about it. Was it kids playing a prank? Was it some insane person that wanted to torment a random family? Or was it someone that truly had it out for us and who really was always watching? Could it have been a neighbor or someone we knew? These questions still keep me up at night sometimes. This happened many years ago, but the hairs on my neck stand when I'm home alone. And I have to check the house to make sure no one is hiding. For context, I'm a 22-year-old woman. This morning I was waiting near the bus station I always use. I was minding my own business, talking to my friends via text on my phone and regularly looking to see if my bus was coming. Suddenly I heard someone calling my name. I looked around and saw no one I knew, so I went back to what I was doing. 10 seconds later I hear it again. This time I noticed it was coming from a white car a few feet away from me. First red flag, I don't know anyone that owns a white car. I went to see who it was, making sure to not get too close to the car, and it was an old man that I've never seen before in my life. "Hello, I'm your Uber driver." I looked at him and asked him to repeat what he said because I thought I heard him wrong, but I didn't. I gave him a confused look and told him I wasn't waiting for an Uber. And when I did, he sped away. I didn't get the chance to check the license plate. That was scary on its own, but the worst part is that I think I have an idea who it was. 2 weeks ago, I received a very, very long text message from someone I didn't have in my contacts. It started with, "Hello, you don't know who I am, but I see your posts on Facebook every day." It detailed things I have posted on there months ago, and he also complimented really weird parts of my body, my ears, for example. He also gave me the number of moles I have on my face, which I didn't even know myself, demonstrating he had spent a long time examining me. It was obvious he was trying to be romantic, but it absolutely came out as creepy instead. I must mention I don't have my phone number on Facebook either. I double-checked because I thought I never had registered it there. And in fact, I didn't. I have no idea how or where he got it from. He had other private information that I didn't post either. He didn't reveal his name or give any information that could lead to me finding out who he was. While this was creepy, I just didn't answer and ignored it because he wasn't threatening me. I didn't consider it that serious. I still told all my friends just in case anything else happened, and nothing did. Not even another text. Until today. I really hope I'm just paranoid and these are two separate incidents, but I can't help but think that if this person was able to get all that information so easily, he could have gotten my home address or routes I take daily too. I have started sharing my live location at all times with my friends, who are all worried about my safety since these incidents. I might go to the cops with this, but I'm not sure if they'll take me seriously. Justice is trash here anyways, so even if I did, I doubt anything would come of it. Hi there. Before the video ends, I just wanted to thank you for listening and wish you a good night's rest or a good morning or just a good day. You're the best. Bye.